Okay, hello, greetings and welcome. Now, the four elements, fire, water and earth, they create an energetic tension field around your astral body. This tension field, when it receives information from your environment, from the group consciousness, is subject to acceptance, to neutrality and rejection. Now, if you receive peer pressure from your parents, your group consciousness, your culture, that this is good, that social pressure generates approval to let that information come into your field composed of the elements, and those elements will fuel that information to produce a personality trait. So the element's already there, the power is there, you're a living, breathing entity. The information wasn't there, it got inserted. So when we're working with esoteric psychology and the elements, we're really working with information, energy and consciousness. So this energy, information and consciousness is what we talked about in the first step on mental training of Vipassana. You observe thought arise, there's tension in the field. That tension is the elements that are fueled that particular idea, but those elements exist in your field. And the information is just changing how those elements express themselves and generate an outcome in your experience. How you think, feel and act is based on that information flow. So the esoteric psychology is about demagnetizing the information and then releasing the information. Just press the delete button once it's demagnetized and you can change how you think, how you feel and how you act. You essentially can change who you are by understanding this process. So this is why we train the elements. The elements allow you to regulate the tension in a very precise way so the information becomes vulnerable to change. And this is the heart of alchemy. This is where alchemy starts to work. So on the Vimeo training course, we go through the elements. When you train those elements, it's best to train them without excessive information. You know that when you open your joints, your body becomes electric, starts to radiate heat, energy moves outwards. There's a feeling of underlying power inside that. You keep it as simple as that. The less information you attach to the element development process, the more universal that particular frequency will be. We move it from the vital body through the astral field into the mental, where it starts taking on universal qualities. So recognizing the nature of how elements receive information through approval, and we take it in, and all of a sudden we're starting to generate a personality trait. We have a thought, we approve of it, we allow it to come into our feeling, we act upon it, we repeat the action, we generate a subconscious behavior, and that subconscious behavior is reticulating through our field of consciousness, and it just takes on its own personality and expresses itself without the will of your mind. So train the elements with a minimal amount of information and always recognize there's mind substance, there's energy, and there's information. Break it down to these. If you're working with a physical human being, there's mind, there's information, there's energy. The energy is creating a physical form of the body. If you're working with a spirit, there's mind, yes, there's information, there's energy. But they don't have a physical body, or they may somewhere else. But whether they present themselves to you in this moment, no. There's a group consciousness. There's a mind substance which is accumulated around information and energy to form a group consciousness. So if you're working with a ghost, a lost spirit, same thing. There's mind, energy, and information. You're working with an emotion, arises within you. There's information, there's energetic tension, and there's consciousness. That particular information is seeking to form a survival instinct of consciousness. It's accumulating consciousness to be alive. So there's all these levels of development within the mind substance, the consciousness. development within the evolution of the information and the refinement of the energy. So these three qualities, bring them into consideration at all times when you're practicing, and break things down into the simplest form so they become obvious, they become workable, and you can transform and change. Okay. Thanks for your time. See you on the next video.